video. My name is Alizea, and I'm your favorite black transsexual. Get up into the big purr, whatever. I'm back. How y'all doing, girl? You already know what this ghetto black transsexual was having to do or whatever, girl. Boom shakalaka. Y'all, I am back pushing out some content, and girl, today's video is gonna be a little bit ghetto, just a tad bit ghetto, girl. I'm gonna be talking about why I hate being transgender in today's society. And don't think this is a self-hate video, girl. I'm gonna be speaking real facts, so I'm gonna need y'all to brace yourselves, girl, because I might get canceled for saying this, but you only live once, so buckle up. Before we get to today's video, girl, like I said, I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe, because you would never find another ghetto black transsexual like me or whatever. Bada bing, bada boom, girl. You better go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe for this ghetto fabulous transsexual girl. Bada bing, bada boom. So I'm gonna sit over here and talk about why I hate being transgender in today's society. And I'm gonna start off by saying we got all these trans influencers who don't even have any self-respect, and they don't even sit over here and want to sit over here and preach to love yourselves and advocate for yourself. All they really care about is money and fame and clout. A lot of people are so clout driven in this generation, girl. I'm already stuttering, girl, shut up. But it's like, girl, I'm so serious when I say that a lot of this content that we see is harming our community, and it's harming the general public, because a lot of the general public think this is how the whole trans community is. This is so ghetto. Oh my god, we need to keep these people away from the youth. And this is why I always say, like, every time someone speaks up against the trans community, they get labeled as transphobic. They get labeled as a pick-me. And I'm not saying that, everything that they say isn't actual, transphobia. You can tell the difference between transphobia and just actual creative. What the f am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is a lot of people are coming from their heart, and they're actually just trying to give y'all real, genuine advice on why they think this is harmful. And a lot of people would just throw it in their face and dismiss it and be like, "You're transphobic! You're transphobic! You're such a pick-me!" I remember one time I did a whole unpopular opinions video on TikTok, and this is exactly why I started doing a TikTok. Like, I did a video and I was dragging Lily Tino for her. Ooh, I was dragging her, girl. I dragged her so bad. And a lot of people like, you want to be picked so bad. You want to be picked so bad. You think I want to be picked by you think I want to be picked by a lot of these straight people who don't even have a good credit score. You think I want to be picked by a man who's princess wine ain't even bigger than mine. You think I want to be picked by anybody who's not sitting over here on my level. I'm a very high value trans woman. You want to know why I'm high value? Because I can sit over here, live in my comfortable ghetto black skin, girl. I could be bald headed one minute, I could be together the next minute, I could be beautiful one minute, I could be Solana next minute. I'm going to be me regardless. I don't need your validation, girl. Bada bing, bada boom. And I feel like a lot of the times, a lot of trans women glorify the whole trans journey and act like it's just such a beautiful thing. I'm not gonna lie, it's very beautiful, don't get me wrong, and I made a whole video on why I love being trans, but it does have its downsides and it does have its ups and downs. And I feel like a lot of people always talk about the ups more than the downs, and nobody talks about the real hardships of having this whole transgender journey and living as a full authentic trans woman. It's hard, and a lot of people sit over here and don't have tough skin to sit over here and not care about what people think, and that's why we have a lot of people who detransition. But we're never going to get into that into this video, girl. Bada bing, bada boom. A lot of trans people only talk about the positive of getting on hormones, and getting all these surgeries, but nobody wants to talk about the side effects. Nobody wants to talk about the effects of these surgeries. A lot of people think when you get fillers like in your face, like fake fillers or like lip fillers, a lot of people think that it dissolves naturally, but it actually builds up over time. And that's why a lot of people start looking bosh and they start looking puffed up and stuff like that. A lot of people wonder why they started looking more clocky, even though they did this to not look clocky, because you don't need that many surgeries. You really don't even need surgery, if we're going to be honest, because a lot of people just need a few beats up in their face, a little foundation, some FFS, and call it a day, girl. Boom shakalaka, you look like a beautiful transsexual. Bada bing, bada boom. But this is why I say, like, a lot of people truly don't talk about like the surgeries. I mean, not the surgeries, the hormone effects, because I'm gonna be honest with you, like, for some trans people, hair loss is a thing. Luckily for me, girl, I got those black, genetics, girl, and actually it just works in my favor. But for some other people, it might not work in their favor, and they might end up, having alopecia at an early age, and they might stand over here looking like, Harriet Tubman, and what is that one man, George Washington, with the big old bald spot in the front, girl.
Some common and serious side effects include side effects: breast tenderness and growth. Usually one of the first changes, but tenderness typically decreases over time. Mood changes. Some experience emotional fluctuations, similar to PMS symptoms. Decreased libido. Sexual desire may decline, especially if testosterone is also suppressed. Body fat redistribution. Fat moves from the abdomen to the hips and thighs, which may cause temporary uneven weight gain. Decreased muscle mass, strength, and muscle tone reduce over time. Softer skin and less body hair. Skin may become thinner and drier, and body hair growth slows. More serious side effects and risks: increased risk of blood clots, DVT-PE. Estrogen can raise the risk of deep vein thrombosis, DVT, and pulmonary embolism, PE, especially in pill form. High blood pressure. Some may experience elevated blood pressure. Gallbladder disease, higher risk of gallstones and gallbladder issues. Liver strain. Oral estrogen can affect liver function. Injectable or transdermal methods may be easier on the liver. Increased risk of stroke and heart disease. The risk varies based on individual health factors like smoking, obesity, and other conditions. Prolactin elevation and potential benign tumors, prolactinomas. Estrogen can increase prolactin levels, which may lead to benign pituitary tumors in rare cases. Infertility. Long-term estrogen use can lead to irreversible infertility.
And now you looking like those other detransitioners who are bald-headed and stuff like that, which I'm like, girl, kudos to y'all. I feel sorry for y'all, but this is why I say you need to do your research before you get on these hormones, because you don't know the side effects of what it can do for you. Hormones might work for somebody else, but it might not work for you, and that's why you need to do research and, sit over here and regulate your hormones use, because a lot of people think that the hormones are going to instantly give them the most fishy look, going to instantly make them pass. It's not going to make you pass instantly, and that's what I hate about this community and this generation. A lot of people glamorify these hormones when you need to really be talking about the side effects. And also to add, I'm going to get canceled for saying this, but like a lot of these trans men and trans women who y'all put on pedestals and y'all are comparing yourselves and like, how did they get these surgeries? How did they get these hormones? A lot of these people are doing some strange things for some change, girl. They out in Dubai, with they men or whatever getting, on or whatever, girl, and it's like, it's giving nasty caca land or whatever, girl, bada bing, bada boom. But it's like, this is why I say you shouldn't not advocate. You shouldn't compare yourself to some of these trans women, because they're doing a lot of strange things, girl. And I don't want y'all to go down them deep dark paths, because once you go down that path, it's very hard to get out of. Luckily for T.S. Madison, she got out of it, and now she's a global icon, girl. She's just so iconic. I don't want to glaze her, but girl, she's just so iconic. Love her down. But it's like a lot of trans women get stuck in that work, and they don't know how to get out of it. And this is why I say you have to be very strong. For like trans women who are in that work, I suggest you sit over here and go watch like my sister Lucky. Like I'm gonna insert her like title right here or whatever. But my sister Lucky, she's so iconic, girl, and she can teach y'all the 304 business, because she be teaching me some things that I needed to learn about the trade, girl. You can always take advice from the good old girls or whatever, bada bing, bada boom. But this is why I said, like, this is the main reason why I say it's not all rainbows and sunshines. And there's so much hate on, social media now about being trans, like literally. And I feel like a lot of people don't take us seriously anymore in this community, because like, we have Lily Tinos and Dylan Mulvaney's doing all this controversial stuff. And now that's how a lot of people think that's how we act in this community. And I know y'all might drag me, but I'm being so serious. If it wasn't for them, I feel like we would still be taken seriously, and there wouldn't be so much hate. It would not be this much hate, literally. And not only them, I feel like other trans women who get on camera and, say the most outrageous things for rage bait and clickbait, and not even after rage bait, they're just being very ignorant and stuff like that, and trying to excuse, all these other people and, their beliefs and stuff like that. It's just, controversy after controversy. But I feel like those type of trans women, like, you always sit over here and critique them, and they always label you as transphobic, and now the whole trans community is going after you. It's like, this is why we don't get taken seriously. And now let's get into the dating scene. A lot of guys look at us as objects. A lot of guys only look at us as, a fantasy, which I'm not a fantasy girl. If anything, you're going to be my fantasy girl, because no, but we're not even going to get into my side of But like, I'm so serious when I say this. It's like, girl, you're not a fantasy, you're not an object, you're a human being, you're a human being with feelings, and a lot of people don't understand that. You are a human being, and a lot of people sit over here and act like, I don't even know how to say this, a lot of people don't advocate for, themselves, and a lot of people don't have no self-respect, and they let the trade walk all over them. You can't let no piece of trade walk all over you, because a lot of these guys have fragile masculine energy. And, a lot of them think that it's just so gay to talk to a trans woman. It's just so this, it's so that. So then if their secret gets out, now they got to go sit over here and, do their little magic and get you off this planet. And now you not getting advocated for, and you're not even getting put on the news, and you're just another, statistic. You can't be like that. This is why I say y'all need to be very strong. Go follow Lucky Girl, because she will teach y'all. She will teach y'all about some things, about some fear, girl. No tea, no shade. But it's like, it's not the worst thing to sit over here and get labeled as gay. If anything, I'm like, girl, okay, I'm getting labeled as gay. I'm getting labeled as this. I'm getting labeled as that. Okay, I'm the baddest to you, girl. Boom shakalaka. That's just my mindset. Maybe a lot of people might not agree with me and might not agree with my mindset, but it's not for you to agree with. I don't care. Boom shakalaka. Go eat a bag of bricks, girl. But I'm going to tell it how it is. What's the point of living if you had to live a lie? Like, I don't understand that. Like, who really cares? Like, who in the world really cares about what you're doing with the girls and how you're getting nasty with the girls? It's never been that deep. Like, why do you care about people? Like, just don't tell your business. It's literally not that hard. Like me, when I deal with the trade, a lot of the trade thinks that I'm going to sit over here and spill the beans. I'm going to tell all my business, girl. No. Girl, if I ever really become famous, I'm going to be making these dudes sign NDAs, girl. You're signing a non-disclosure agreement, girl. You can't say this. You can't say that. You can't say what we was doing, girl. Bada bing, bada boom. Because it's like, girl, like, no. Like, I'm all about, like, keeping my business to myself, and I want you to keep your business to yourself. It's simple as that. This is just a little exchangement, girl. Unless you're like bisexual, or you're like an out of the closet man, I don't want to ever be talked. I don't want to ever associate with you. Period, point blank. And that's just truly how I feel as a trans woman. I know y'all might not agree with me, but it's not for you to agree with. Boom shakalaka.
Next caller.
And in this generation, oh my God, I don't know if y'all started seeing a pattern, but like the transphobia on social media and the homophobia on social media is just ridiculous. Because every time I open up an LGBTQ creators like comment section, it's always so negative. Like, I don't know, like I think they passed some, like, how do you call that thing? I think just passed some rules or whatever about it. Like, I'm gonna insert my homegirls, explaining what, it was, because, girl, I'm a very uneducated black transsexual.
And it is extremely concerning to see how this will affect women, transgender people, gay people, immigrants, and people of color. On Meta platforms, the T-slur will no longer be censored, a derogatory word only used against the trans community, and it's no longer restricted. Women can now be called property or household objects under these new policies, with the defense of free speech. All LGBT people can be referred to as mentally ill, and trans people can be called it. Also, they're allowing more freedom of comments relating to immigration and race superiority. Meta runs Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, so these policies will affect the content that's on all of these platforms and what's allowed. As a legal disclaimer, everything in this video is alleged. I will provide sources and documentation for everything we discuss.
Second, we're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse. What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas, and it's gone too far. So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms.
So here's what the official updated Meta Transparency Center website says. We do allow allegations of mental illness or abnormality when based on gender or sexual orientation. Given political and religious discourse about transgenderism and homosexuality and common non-serious words, also this section of the updated Meta Transparency Center says it will allow room for speech that uses insulting language when discussing transgender rights, immigration, and homosexuality. So we're going to go further into this, and we actually have a leak of an internal Meta document. So now there's this article that leaked Meta rules. Users are free to say Mexican immigrants are not going to say that word, or trans people are immoral. Under Meta's relaxed hate speech rules, users can now post, I'm a proud racist, or People are more violent than whites. Those are terrible things. The document that was leaked provides those working on Meta user content with an overview of the hate speech policy changes, walking them through how to apply the new rules. So basically, what's allowed and what's not. Rules around explicit statements of hate speech have been loosened considerably. Overall, the restrictions on claims of ethnic or religious supremacy has been eased significantly. It is now acceptable to make comparative claims, which I will have to censor out because I can't be saying that on my channel. In this document, it revealed that the T slur is no longer a violating slur. The materials provided 3 examples of speech that should no longer be removed. T slurs are the problem. Look at that T slur with a 17-year-old girl underneath the picture, and get these T slurs out of my school beneath a photo of high school students. So after the publication of this article, Meta spokesperson Andy Stone actually reached out to inform The Intercept that the company made an error in the informational material, specifically in the part that said, look at that T slur beneath the photo of this 17-year-old girl. So the representative reaching out, in a way, acknowledges the leaked document. And that's all I'm going to say.
All I'm going to say is I don't understand why a lot of people think that being trans is just something new when it's been a thing. Like, it's been a thing. Like, we have been here. Maybe we have been in a closet, but we have been here. And I can't stand people sitting over here acting like this isn't going to affect the youth. This is affecting the youth before our very eyes. And that's why I feel so bad. I'm the type of trans woman to want to speak up on this type of stuff because nobody in our community is going to speak up on it. Besides my mutuals, girl. Some of y'all are very iconic. Like, oh, girl, we don't want to get into that. But like I be telling y'all, like, this is why y'all gotta have self-love, because we're in a time where there's bills getting passed and there's so much homophobia and transphobia getting passed. And I'm not even gonna make a video on it because I will literally get canceled because I'm gonna offend everybody when I say it. I don't like none of them people, but let me shut up. But like, I'm so serious when I say this. All this transphobia and homophobia is going to affect the youth, whether we want to agree or whether we care about it or not. Like, I don't know what I'm saying, but like, I feel so bad for the youth because this type of stuff is wrong. And all these influencers don't care. They're just like, okay, I'm still getting paid. It ain't affecting me. It ain't affecting my pockets. It's not affecting my life. That's wrong. That's a horrible mindset to have. I wouldn't want to think like that because you say that until it does happen to you. And now you're in an uproar talking about advocate for me, respect me. This is affecting me. But you wasn't caring about the youth. Girl, shut up. Hang it up flat screen. All I'm going to say is stop idolizing these influencers and these trans people who don't even know their ABCs backwards and don't even know how to do mathematics and don't even know. Ooh, girl, let me stop because I'm going to get canceled, girl. But some of these people are horrible. They're horrible for the trans, representation. I don't understand why every time you type in trans now on any social media platform, Lily Tino is the forefront. Dylan Mulvaney is the forefront. Negative trans people are the forefront of the community. They're our representation, and it makes me so mad because that's not who we are as trans women. I am beautiful. I always say this: please love yourself. And if you disagree with anything I'm saying in this in this video, leave a comment, girl. Sit over here and debunk me in the comment sections. All I'm gonna say is, I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. And today's generation of being trans is the hardest trans journey I've ever had to do. I don't even know what I'm saying, girl. I'm starting to talk in circles, but this is ghetto. This is ghetto being a trans woman in today's generation. But I love you guys. Boom shakalaka. Let me know y'all thoughts and opinions down below, girl. And you could debunk me all you want. You could be like, this point I disagree with. This point I disagree with. Boom shakalaka. And if you agree with me, share the video on your story, girl. I love you guys. Boom shakalaka. I gotta go. Bye, loves.